Purple Glover, I'm a fan.
Here we go. I'm a fan of Mouf and Moophobia. Definitely two of my favorite players. Mouf, of course, coming from sort of outside of Houston, and now he resides sort of outside of Dallas.
Yeah, he lives in the middle of nowhere part of Dallas.
Yeah, which I guess is a slight improvement over the middle of nowhere part of Houston.
I guess.
At
least our weeklies get more people.
I mean, no shots, but DFW over HDX, am I right?
I would agree with that one. Okay.
Anyways.
So, Falco Peach starting on Battlefield.
So tell me a little bit about what we can expect from this matchup. Already I'm seeing that Mouf is doing a pretty solid job of making sure that he's floating just above the grab range, but also at a range close enough where the fares can come out and land on the ground quick enough to be canceled.
Yeah, so one thing you want to do is you want to keep your feet right level with Falco's head, and that'll make it so you avoid the short hop laser, and if he goes in, you can poke his head with like a dare or an air.
Right.
So mostly what Falco's going to try to do is try to control space with the lasers and back airs to hit Peach out of the air, and then Peach is going to try to get her flow chart follow-ups as soon as she gets those grabs or dash attacks.
Yeah, and I know that one thing that Peach, and we've seen this so many times from players like Armada, excels at is especially exploiting the startup from the Firefox, or in this case, the Firebird. And she's probably going to be pulling out turnips, things like that, or simply just going off stage, leveraging that float, and then using options like the booty bump or the nair just to push away Falco far enough to the point where he cannot recover.
And one thing about Falco's recovery that's different than Fox's, not only is it shorter, but there's no fire hitbox on the startup of it, so it's much safer to go out there and hit it.
That's right, so Mouf has to work a little bit less hard. That time all he had to do was grab the ledge. Easy Edgehog is going to take the first stock in this set. 153% of the back air is going to go ahead and steal that stock, and we were already in a dead even game.
Yeah, that turnip pull was questionable because it limited his options, so Moophobia was just able to go in there and hit him with the back air and kill that.
And nice, there's what you were saying just before, right? He's floating just above the short hop laser height, and he was able to avoid some of the lasers before power shielding the third one.
One thing about power shielding is you don't have to necessarily do it consistently. You just have to do it a couple times to make people respect the option, so they'll try to approach you more.
That's very true. And I think that the laser game is, I guess, one of the mini games that goes on with this matchup as well. How do people specifically deal with the laser option that Falco is throwing out? Because the laser, not only is it a defensive tool, you can use it running away, but a lot more often than not, Falco players use it as an approach option. So if you can essentially condition your opponent away from using them, or via power shields, or if you can figure out creative ways to get around them, then it really benefits you. Whereas, let's say if whenever someone shoots lasers at you, you continuously go to platforms and you find yourself stuck there, that gives your opponent now a new way of understanding where they need to cover with their threat zones.
One thing about the laser game is Falco plays the game different than a lot of characters because instead of having a good dash dance, he has an okay dash dance, but he makes up for that by being able to control how fast people are with his lasers. But it's kind of different against Peach because Peach doesn't really move like a normal character because she has the double jump baits and the floats to get in and out of the air.
There's so many different options that Moophobia has to be considered of. You're seeing him trying to drop in with the bear. Some pretty nice coverage whenever he's falling down. And if you space it correctly, you can be mostly safe. But right now, Mouf is doing a really good job of avoiding it overall. That time, maybe a little over-anxious with that down smash, moves over to just hop right over and plant the back air.
Yeah, Peach can't really punish the back air because it's spaced too well, and it auto-cancels, so it's safe.
Yeah, and that goes without saying. That is, I think, one of Moof's favorite moves that Falco has.
I've been back-aired many a time as Peach. All right.
Getting right back into it. Nice. Moophobia actually really extending this lead, but I've noticed...
Oh, no. That is so unfortunate.
Yeah, a bit of a heartbreaker. And on top of that, Moo, even though he does a good job, I'd say, of racking up the percentages, generally speaking, against Mouf, it seems like he has a tough time closing out. Generally, around the mid-hundreds is when he's going to start being able to actually close these stocks out. Looking for the bear. Nice. It was a combination, I think, of a sour spot as well as nice to get from Mouf, but that one lands on the money, and we are at a nearly even game.
And it's a really good thing he sealed that stock as soon as he did, because if he took in any more percent, it would have been really bad because Peach is super good at trading with every character in the game.
Oh, yeah. I think that Peach is...
Oh, and that was a bad crouch cancel. And that's it. And
very unfortunate for Moophobia because I feel like a lot of the match was honestly going his way. It was honestly going his way.
It looked like he went on tilt as soon as he got that SD.
Yeah. I mean, it
happens though.
Yeah, it does happen. You know, sometimes things can be going really well for you, and you're really feeling yourself, and then all of a sudden, the Fire Nation attacks, and you just can't grab the ledge sometimes.
You can't let it get to you. You got to stick to your guns.
There you go. Don't run away from your problems, eh? Game number 2 going off to Pokemon Stadium.
This is a super good stage for Falco. I imagine Mouf ban Yoshi's doesn't want those early shine off the top kills. But this allows... one thing Peach does have is a chain grab here, but there's platforms to escape it, which is a real benefit for Falco. And then he has the space to laser around and get those early kills.
Let's see how...
And Moophobia has not taken any damage.
Yeah, not yet, and you know, definitely an unfortunate SD early on from Mouf, maybe repaying the favor that Moo had sent out for him beforehand. Nice. I really like the bair that he did beforehand whenever he had that set up, because it was spaced in a way where the heel of Falco was just barely clipping the platform. And I think that maybe the shield was even lower. It could have had the possibility of maybe even shield poking.
Yeah, that's possible. One thing about Falco, though, that's really hard for Peach to cover is full jump out of neutral, because the full jump goes so high that you can't reach it with a regular aerial. You have to reach it with a double jump aerial. And Peach's double jump is super telegraphed because of how it dips and makes that really obnoxious sound effect. So you really easily punish that with a dare or a falling bear.
Oh, nice. And
I really like that dare to bear, though.
Dare to falling bear, but from Peach instead of from Falco.
He thought I was talking to someone else.
Nice conversion from Mouf. Ooh, and
see, that's... The windmill platform is super abusable for Falco because of how he can reach it so easily, but Peach can't. Yeah,
and you know, this kind of reminds me, this conversation that we're having right now reminds me of that set at the Big House where West Balls would be top platform camping against Armada. And Armada that was really struggling to figure out a way how he could contest that because, like you mentioned before, Peach's double jump kind of telegraphed.
Yep, can't really reach it. It's a struggle I've been dealing with for a couple years now, but...
And Moose struggled right there trying to get that dare, but he does have a nice set of bears trying to figure out Mouse flow patterns. Guess the shine up air won't be enough, but still nice percentage with those lasers to follow up.
He might have been able to go for an up B and kill off the top, but that's a little risky. But at this percent, risks may be worth it.
Perhaps, you know, and of course, that being said, as Falco, especially against Peach, you really want to make sure that your feet are planted on the stage unless you're coming in high with one of those dares. Down smash whiffing, Mouf getting the grab, throws out the turnip, forcing the side B, and wow, Mouf right there with a pixel-perfect nair to take out Moof's stock.
Indeed it does. So Moophobia just trying to play really patiently. Okay, so Moophobia was dropping down and wave landing on the platform, but he was doing it in a set pattern, so Mouf recognized that and slapped him straight out of it.
This is Moo's game. This honestly is Moo's game at this point. There it is. I was going to say, the last thing he needs is an unfortunate SD to throw this one away.
If Mouf would have gotten him with the dare bear right there, that could have been the stock.
Momentum shifts.
And then he'd have momentum going to the last stock. And Peach can kill Falco off one grab. So I imagine he'll want to go to... Moo usually bans Dreamland in this matchup. So I imagine he'll want to go to FD because you can... lasers aren't really that big of a problem for Peach because you can just kind of ignore them by floating over them. And then you can get the chain grab. Okay, but he's going to Fountain. I know this is a favorite of Moophobia's.
And maybe part of it might have to do with the platforms, especially given how low they are. Peach's down smash does have a little bit of coverage below them.
Okay, it might also have to do with Falco. Moophobia was kind of running around in space and camping him with lasers a lot, and this gives him less room to do that. But I know Moo really likes this because Falco's dare will dip through and poke through a lot of the lower platforms, so it starts your combos easier.
I think the platform game here, how each player really reacts and maneuvers around and with the platforms is going to be something that we really need to consider whenever we see game number 3. Back air and the fair, that's going to be the first stock. Very well played by Mouf.
That was really well timed. That covers so much space.
Winky face.
He immediately went in for the dash attack. Might have meant to be a grab because he got him to shield. I like the run pass to cross him up. Has him off stage?
Okay. Nope. Nice angle from Mouf. Going right above that bear attempt. Tries to follow up with the dare, but the air dodge was inputted just a little too early. Ooh. There's the bear.
And that will seal the stock.
Very well done. 62% differential. And for Falco, that is a good set of shines, and he's right back in the game. But that being said, especially at a stage this small, all I think that Mouf needs at this point is something like a nair to get Falco off stage.
This is true.
Oh, there's a nair.
Almost sent him off stage right there, but he got the weak hit, unfortunately.
Yeah,
great shine out of shield. He didn't fast fall the bear, and Moo recognized that, and he was able to shine out of shield, because if he would have fast fallen it, would have flow canceled, and it would have been safe.
Jumps right away, but gets clipped by the nair in a really bad spot. Ledge hog, that's going to be a stock. Moo once again down 1.
Yep, just rolling on stage, keeping it really simple.
Nice.
Oh, almost got the up air. That would have killed. Peach was very close to the ceiling. I like these lasers to control him. Okay, good
Yes.
forward smash. This is a super close game.
Very close. Dead even.
In
it's,
fact,
about
it
it's about as close as you can get.
I don't think you can get any closer.
Yo, it's smash forward. Just play with 2 stocks now.
Oh my god, that back air was really unsafe. Mouf recognized that Moophobia likes to come down with that and just crouch cancel down smash.
And he is absolutely relentless with these follow-ups. Those down smashes putting on so much damage. Edgehog gonna put Mouf on just 1, and he has a mountain to climb right now.
He does indeed.
And you mentioned it in game number 1. Peach, arguably the worst character in the game to trade with.
It's really bad.
It is so rough.
But Moophobia is making up ground really quickly. If he can take the stock relatively soon, he can still definitely do this. But he can't take too much more percent.
Has to be so cautious. Those forward smashes on shield are not what he needs to do.
Oh, no.
Nair's going to send him off. He has no jump. The bear, Edgehog, that's going to be the set.
That is the game. Super solid stuff from Mouf, but that was a really fun set to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was just back and forth. Each of them had their moments. But, wow, just very well played.
Mouf took the momentum and ran with it.
Yeah.